Hello, my fellow Cantor followers on the seminars that I'm giving. This is episode 3, The Science of Cantorism. And I'm sorry that there's been such a delay between 2 and 3, but I've been on the Cantor Holiday World Tour. You can't say Hanukkah, because it's Cantors of all sects and religions. We have Kwanzaa celebrators and Christmas people, and everyone sings their own songs together, and we go from Africa to Zaire and from Alabama to Zimbabwe, and A to Z really is where we go. And I know I look a little worse for the weather here, but I do have travel jet lag, and I have frankly a zit up here. I thought that would go away a few years ago, honestly, but that's why I have this new hairstyle trying to block. Image is important, by the way. It's a pointer. We'll get to that later, maybe episode 9 or 10. But image is important, so I'm blocking here the acne that is emerging, the pus that is emerging from my face. Science for Cantors, not science for poets. When I was in undergrad, I won't say which institution out of legal ramifications and just out of the goodness of my heart, embarrassing the place, but there was the science for poets, and we Cantors to be used to joke around. What is the science for poets? It was for non-scientists, non-nerds, if you will. and we would say, what is the science for poets? Is this a haiku about organelles? And if so, does Golgi bodies count as 2 words in the 5-7-5 haiku construct? And jokes like that we would make, just funny lines together in our own time. But when we got to graduate, I should say, institutions for Cantorism, we found that science for Cantors, in all seriousness, was very important. And I'd like to share with you a very simple overview of the importance of science for Cantors. Mm-hmm. Now, it's just really 3 parts, okay? I have notes here just so I don't so I don't mess this up. The 3 parts, let's take them in order of importance, I guess. I don't even know. So we'll take them just in the order I wrote them down. How about that? Pharynx, okay? Pharynx is this area here, really. It's the whole area. It's the big cholada, okay? It encompasses the other important parts. And you need to have a pharynx, okay? If you don't have a pharynx, you go on your medical plan and you say, I need a pharynx, I want to be a Cantor, and they'll put one in for you, not a problem. But you need this area here because that is kind of the house of Cantors. It's the house of science for the Cantor organs that are necessary. Okay, so that's the phalanx. So then inside the pharynx is the larynx, okay? They rhyme, it's cute, but the larynx is really kind of important here. It's the voice box in vernacular, okay? And it's where your voice emerges. If you want to sing a song, it comes from your voice box. If you want to it comes from your voice box. All the sounds you make, you need the voice box. If you don't have a voice box, okay, you could still be a Cantor, but you'll sound like from the smoking, the guy who smokes too much. And he says, I like to swim in the pool. You've seen that commercial, hopefully. And he could be a Cantor maybe in a Jetsons robot world, but not in this world yet. Maybe in the future. So the natural human Cantor sounds, you need the voice box. And finally, lastly, and possibly least, is the epiglottis, okay? And the epiglottis is a flap-like structure over your voice pipe, okay? It's a flap-like structure. Don't be afraid to do this sometimes, right? If you're talking about epiglottis, and it opens when you're talking, and it closes when you're not talking, and it opens when you're talking, and it closes when you're not talking. So you're singing and you're not singing. You're being a Cantor and you're stopping. So you need it to open and close the right way. Great part about all this is automatic, unless you have a disease and it all shuts down. So standard quo is that it's automatic. How do you remember all this? And why is it important? Because people will ask you, hey, you're a great Cantor. How does it happen? You got to remember. I made an acronym for you. Boom. The acronym is PLE, or PLE, depending on how you pronounce the E. So, pharynx is P, larynx is L, E is epiglottis, self-explanatory. Problem I have with acronyms, though, is sometimes I'm lying around in bed and I'm thinking, hey, what does acronym even mean? I forgot what acronym means. Acronym, I made an acronym for acronym so that you remember what acronym means. And I have it written down here. Acronym. A is A, C is clear, R is remembering device, O is out of, N is necessity, comma, Y is yet, and M is manageable. So what is an acronym? An acronym is a clear remembering device out of necessity, comma, yet manageable. Hopefully now you remember what acronym means. You remember to use the PLEAT acronym to describe the cantorial science. You remember the importance of the cantorial science, and the next time we'll get down to kind of the underground tricks that were taught kind of not in the classroom, but like in most schools where you really learn, you know, kind of the secret tricks of the trade. I can't wait to share that with you next time. And this is CSK signing off.